Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
Cool. You want to say hello to anyone out there?
I want to give a shout out to my dad, my sister, and my dad, Pastor Kevin Buford, and the church members.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So we'll go ahead with your
Terrific,
question.
Tyler.
I know. I want to hear your question. What's your question for Mr. Iverson?
Mr. Johnathan Iverson, how did you become the first youngest African-American ringmaster of the Ringling Brothers Circus, and how cool is it to work around so many big animals like tigers and elephants?
Oh, man. It's great, man. And you snuck in two questions. You're smart, boy. You're real smart there.
As a preacher for you.
I have one question, kind of. The first to your first question, how did I become the youngest African-American ringmaster? It goes back to education. And education, the magic of education is that it creates all of these unforeseen opportunities. I wasn't training to become the ringmaster of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. Nobody, and this is the absolute truth, nobody plans to run away with the circus. Just clowns. I met them like around your age. They've been kids when they were kids. They said when they went to the circus, they knew I want to be with Ringling Brothers. But myself, I was actually just studying music in school, and I was going to pursue a career in theater and opera and things of that nature. And the opportunity presented itself. And I was prepared when it came. And that's the magic of education. So I didn't have, this thing planned out at all. I never dreamt it. It was something that was there. But because I had the educational background as a vocalist and as a performer, I was prepared for it when it was presented to me. Working with the animals, again, it's a lot of fun. I actually, basically, one of the great things about the circus is that what makes us really wonderful is everybody knows how to mind their business. And, the ringmaster doesn't tell the trapeze artist how to be a trapeze artist. And, the animal trainer will never tell me how to do what I do. And so what I tend to do is I respect what everybody is and what everybody does, and so I think it works out that way, and therefore I'm able to appreciate what it is they do, and we can see some similarities in it. So I'm working alongside the animals, so to speak. It's a lot of fun in that I get to, from a distance, in a sense, see what goes into it. I've actually watched people train animals. It's very boring. Mm-hmm. The patience that you have to have, it's amazing. But what's funny about it is, I'm a parent, so it's actually very similar. Okay. I mean, there are certain things you just wait. You have to just wait for your child to get it. Right. And there's no other way to do it. You just have to wait for them to get it.
And how your wife called up here saying, "What are you trying to tell my baby about animals?"
yeah, I know, because I usually tell them, "Don't be trying to compare your dog." But I mean, there's an interesting similarity to it. But it takes a tremendous amount of patience. Yeah. I've watched it. It's patience I don't have. That's why I don't do it. And I watch it, and I think they're extraordinary people who do it. Yeah. Who really know what they're doing, and so. Yeah, that's it, buddy.
I want to ask you, as you speak on that, how important is it, though, to have great communication skills? And I'll listen, because I'm real big, and I remember just growing up, and, my mom being an educator, you just couldn't talk any kind of way around the house. And he would make you repeat stuff, repeat it again until you get it right. Mm-hmm. How important is it to have great communication skills?
That presenting yourself... Mm-hmm. In a strange way, it's almost more important than everything else, because it's people's first impression of you. I mean, they know how confident you are in yourself. They know your level of education. All of that happens in how you present yourself, how you speak, and your command of the English language, that whole bit. I grew up in the Boys Choir of Harlem in New York, and I had one of those teachers, back when kids could be afraid of their teachers, and parents would sign off on their methods. And his name was Dr. Walter J. Turnbull. He was a great man, the late Dr. Walter J. Turnbull. And he was so adamant with us about shaking hands correctly. You had to have a firm handshaking. You look people directly in the eye. And one of the things we would do after our concerts, we would go out to the outside in the lobby, and we'd stand out there and we'd meet the audience. And he used that to develop our social skills. Yeah. And, you know, again, it was about shaking hands firmly, looking people directly in the eye, and none of, well, you know what I'm saying. None of that.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, no, I'm saying, I mean, no, you know, no, I don't know what you mean. You know, it's like you have to know how to speak, and stupid is not cool. It's never been cool.
It's not.
And, you know, I mean, and, you know, look, especially for African Americans, I mean, you know, when you look at our history, I mean, we come from a people who were murdered for getting an education.
Yeah.
And so you know how valuable that is, that somebody would degenerate to the point of murder to keep you from knowing. And so I take that very seriously. And, you know, I wasn't a scholar, I wasn't like a super student, but I really always appreciated what that meant, you know. And when you learn your history, I'm telling you, that's one of the wonderful things I hope you kids always pursue. Learn about who your folks are. You come from some wonderful, dynamic, strong, innovative people, and you'll find out how much like them you are. And I think that's a great thing that really helps you out in the long run. It builds your confidence when you know you've come from something wonderful. As my teacher, Dr. Turnbull, he would say to us, "You come from good stock, boy."
Oh,
you know, and I said, "Wow!" And I mean, it really. And so I take my position very seriously. You know, I really take it very seriously because it is something sort of out of the norm, and a lot of young people haven't seen a lot of African Americans, or a lot of African Americans in circus, and we're out there. You know, you have a wonderful circus out there, Universal. We're friends with them. Circus is really a big family. There's no competition, and so you know, we'll go see their shows, and they have wonderful productions. Theirs is more intimate. You know, they can get away with stuff we can't do. They really can. And I kind of wish we could, but you know, they're a wonderful production.
That's what's up, man. Okay, here we go. Stepping up to the mic, Miss Jonisha.
I've been waiting for Joe.